share with you a couple of picture books that were written and illustrated by my favorite author. I have a little collection of some of her stories, and I think if you enjoy my videos at all, I think you'll really enjoy her art, because she's been my favorite artist for I think 15 years now, so I think she really inspired a lot of my art style and just style in general. I like falling asleep listening to stories, but if there's pictures, then I have a hard time closing my eyes because I want to look at the pictures too much. So I decided that first I'll read you the stories front to back with no pauses or interruptions, so that way it doesn't interrupt the rhyme scheme or the flow of the words or anything. And then we'll go back through together and look at all the pictures and the paintings and illustrations individually, so we can really see everything that's there. And then at the very end, I'll go back through and read everything all over again to you. And that time, if you'd like, you can close your eyes and just focus on the words. And now that you've had a chance to see all of her beautiful paintings, you can imagine your own images, or you could imagine that you're in the books yourself, or you can just look at them again. I like looking at all of her paintings a lot, so I think you will too. Okay. This is the box set I have with 3 of her picture books. It's Emily Winfield Martin's Dreamy and Magical 3-book boxed set. And I really like the feel of this box set because it has sort of a canvasy feel to it that all of the books also have on the covers. It feels very nice. This set includes her best-selling book, The Wonderful Things You Will Be, but I think tonight I'm gonna stick with the other 2 books in the set, which are, let's see, Dream Animals and Daydreamers. I think since those 2 are kind of a set of their own, I think they would be nice to read tonight. I feel like I should mention that this is in no way sponsored or anything like that. I just really love her art and I really love her books, and I wanted to share them with you. I also have a few of her other books if you'd like me to share those some other time, and I can also do The Wonderful Things You Will Be in another video if you'd like to see that one. Also, right now it is nighttime, and I have the door open to get a nice little breeze going in here, so if you hear leaves rustling, that's just from a nice little breeze outside. Okay, let's see, listen to how they slide out. I'll do that a couple times for you because I really like how it sounds. since these picture books have a lot of animals in them, I thought maybe you would like a stuffed animal to snuggle up with while we read together. How about I show you the options and then you can decide if you want any of them? Okay. Would you like to snuggle up with a little deer? I love this little deer. It's very soft and it has a nice floppiness to it. It's not too firm or overstuffed, and the little feet have beans in them that make a really nice sound. You can crunch them up, and I just think this little face is so cute. So that's the first option. I'll let you hold on to that. And the second option, you could snuggle up with a little bunny. This bunny has little stars on the inside of its ears, and the fabric in there is extra soft, so it's very nice to pinch between your fingers and feel. It also just has a nice squeezable little belly. Okay, you can hold on to that too. Your third option, could have a little fox friend. Right now we kind of match because I have my fox ears. This one also has a nice softness to it. It's not quite as floppy as the deer, but not quite as firm as the bunny. And the ears are also very soft on this one. Okay, you can hold on to them. And your last option, which I think is my favorite, is a dragon. And this dragon has a lot of very nice features. First of all, it's very soft, and it has little eyes that get kind of hidden by the fur, but once you uncover them, it's got a very handsome little face. And there's some very nice beans in his belly. And if you like textured stems or fidgets, I think his wings are really nice. They're a little bit scratchy, but not too bad. He's still soft, but you can kind of worry his wings between your fingers, and it feels just a little bit scratchy. He also has a nice long tail, and at the end of his tail, there's some extra little beans, and this is nice to squeeze too. Okay, here you go. You can decide which one of those you want to cuddle up with, or you could cuddle up with all of them, or if you're not feeling it right now, that's okay, and you can just put them off to the side. I think I'd like to start with daydreamers, so that we can end on dream animals, which I think will make for a very nice bedtime story. Okay, let's see. Daydreamers is right in the middle here, so let's pull it out. Put these off to the side. This also has a very nice canvasy feeling. Let's see if I can get some very, very soft taps. I think sometimes that could sound extra nice. Do you like soft tapping or harder tapping, like more aggressive tapping? I know some people like that, sometimes I do too, but I like the way that really soft, gentle tapping can kind of sound like raindrops. You might have noticed I painted my nails like little mushrooms, and that's because there's a lot of little mushrooms featured in her art. And also, I like mushrooms, and they're featured a lot in my art. It felt appropriate. Let's start. Daydreamers. And I'll try not to pause or interrupt myself. I'll try and hold in all of the gushing that I want to do about the paintings until after this. They say there are no dragons left, and that's the way it seems. To find them, you must visit the land of waking dreams. You don't need to search for secret doors or magic words to speak. Your imaginings will carry you anywhere you seek, and the ordinary world will never guess where you have gone to chase your wandering heart into the place beyond. Or the beyond may come to you, dressed up in a disguise. Is it the wind that moves the clouds? Or a dragon as he flies? A tiny seaside kingdom might grow beneath your gaze, as creatures ancient as the sea rise on enchanted waves. In a place of hushed and quiet things, you might hear a phoenix call, or in the pattering of raindrops, jackaloping paws may fall. In a hall of stones and echoes around the corner's bend, two nimble-footed unicorns meet two brave-hearted friends. So listen very closely as you read all of these things. Is it the whispering of pages? Or the sound of griffin wings? And when you leave, you learn the thing that all daydreamers learn. When you leave the realm of magic beasts, they wait for your return. So that was Daydreamers. And now let's do a quick read through of Dream Animals, and then we can take a closer look at these beautiful illustrations. This is Dream Animals. You may have noticed I have a second copy of it there. That's more of a board book, but since this one came in the set, I have two copies of it. Dream Animals, A Bedtime Journey, again by Emily Winfield Martin. There are animals from long ago and twice as far away. Their maps are made of starlight and can't be seen by day. These creatures are the reason dreamers get where dreamers go. Dreamland is too far to run and sleepy feet too slow. You only have to close your eyes, and when you snuggle in, you'll be carried to your dream tonight on wing or paw or fin. Perhaps a bear will carry you to meet peculiar friends. You set their misfit table for a feast that never ends. Or will you hold on tightly as a red fox leaps and bounds toward an elfin hollow hidden underground? Will robins race to fly you somewhere high above the trees? Or will a narwhal dive with you beneath the seven seas? Will a tiger take you to a wonder of a show? With daring feats up overhead and wild beasts below? Or will you sail on moth wings to the edges of the blue, to find the very moon and stars are waiting just for you? Whatever dream you visit, when night replaces day, your furred or finned or feathered friend will surely know the way. Sweet dreams. Let's go dive into these paintings. Before we start, this fabric here was also designed by Emily Winfield Martin, and I used it to make one of my most favorite dresses, and this is a little piece that I had left over from that. I thought you might like to see it if you're enjoying these books as much as I do. Let us return to Daydreamers. Daydreamers. Daydreamers, A Journey of Imagination by Emily Winfield Martin. I really love the way that she paints clouds. I always really like the skies in all of her paintings, but I really love the clouds always. They always have a very soft, tactile feel to them. They look very fluffy. They look like you could just lay down on them and take a very nice nap. Let's open it up. On the inside cover, we have this nice little gallery with pictures of some of the characters we'll get to meet later. We have a dinosaur and a knight and a nice scalloped frame to complement this very nice sandcastle. Big stack of books and a little baseball player, and this girl here is a very lovely little flower crown. I haven't written my name here, but you could if you'd like. And this book could belong to you. You could put your name right here above the dragon to the unicorn surrounded by seashells and coral and bumblebees and flowers. I believe these are pansies, but I could be mistaken. Over here on the dedication page, you've got a nice little satchel that you could bring with you on your adventures and collect things in it. In here, we've got a camera and some sort of horn. Might be a trumpet. I'm not sure. I'm not an expert in brass instruments. But there's also a magic wand and a bit of coral, a flower, and some sort of greenery. And we have the title page with another picture from later in the book, with more very lovely clouds. On this first page, we've got some clouds that are shaped like magical animals. There's a dragon, and you can't see it as well because of the crease in the book, but there's a unicorn here, and a jackalope, and another dragon. This one's a little bit different. It looks like it could be a sea serpent, maybe. The feet look a little bit more like fins. They look a little bit closer to the fins of the Loch Ness monster next to it. And up here at the top, we've got a griffin leading the parade. And along the bottom, we have some nice little houses. Over here, we've got another line of creatures. This time, they have riders, though. Looks like some sort of dinosaur or sea monster with a horn on its head, and a pegasus with pink wings. And here we've got a catfish, taken literally, with the cute little face of a kitten, a little pink nose, and a fish's body. And here we have a flying squirrel with the wings of a bird, and a sea serpent here. And here we have a three-headed dog, Cerberus. But the spots on the tail look to me closer to a deer, so I wonder if maybe this is a cross between a three-headed dog and a three-headed deer. Or maybe a one-headed dog and a two-headed deer. Here we have our little baseball player in their baseball uniform, and they're number 3, and they're cloud gazing, and up in the sky they can see a dragon, and this one is more of a Chinese dragon, and along with the dragon there's a whale, and a top hat, and a ship that you could sail the sea in. And now we have the full dragon unleashed by imagination. And this dragon can shoot rockets out of its mouth. Rockets and fireworks, and an airplane and a bird. And over here there's a goldfish and a string of lanterns and shooting stars. retired baseball player has swapped their baseball uniform for a magician's costume, complete with a magic wand and a long streamer of handkerchiefs. I wonder if maybe this little baseball player would rather be learning magic than baseball, or maybe they like both. And here we have a pair of siblings at the beach, looking at all the shells and the sea creatures they can find. There's some seahorses and a little octopus and some crabs, and over here a little tiny sea monster. Let's see what they can imagine. They've imagined themselves a big, ocean-themed, magical carousel, merry-go-round. There's a whale and a hippocampus, and a fish, and a sea monster, and an octopus for them to ride on. And over here, there's some little mermaids coming up. If you could ride on this carousel, which ride would you choose? I think I might pick the sea monster because I like the Loch Ness monster. That's sort of a sea monster, or I guess it's a lake monster. But I also like the hippocampus. What about you? Here we've got a little explorer at the Natural History Museum, looking at some dinosaur artifacts. There's a pterodactyl skeleton and some feathers and a bird, maybe a dodo bird, some feathers and an egg, and they're very interested in learning everything they can at this exhibit. They're taking notes, and they've got their little satchel to collect things. And on the next page, they're back in Jurassic or whatever the correct time period would be for dinosaurs. Lots of dinosaurs around, but our little adventurer is safe on the back of this phoenix who won't let the T-Rex get to them. But they can document everything they're seeing with their camera. And here, it's a rainy day strolling through the park with a nice polka dot umbrella and a pink raincoat. And there's, looks like, some topiaries, a rabbit, a swan, and a deer, and a giraffe. Let's see. And now, this adventurer is taking a ride on the back of a jackalope, running through a field flowers and mushrooms, the mushrooms that match my nails. And they're surrounded by bumblebees and butterflies. And there's a nice rainbow in the sky. And they're picking flowers as they go to make a nice bouquet. And here we've got a pair of friends at the art museum, and they're seeing the tapestry Unicorn in Captivity. Fun fact, I have a copy of this tapestry that hangs over my bed because I like unicorns. They're my favorite animal, and I really love this tapestry. And right next to that tapestry, I have a framed print of this painting here. This is one of my favorite paintings, and I love looking up at it on my wall. I love the way that the unicorns are painted, and I love the feeling of it, like you could be running with them through these enchanted woods, along with all of these little woodland critters. I have some deer and birds flying past them, and a squirrel, and a little fox, and a rabbit. And off in the distance, you can see a castle. I wonder if these two live at the castle, or maybe if they're protecting the castle, running off on an adventure to defeat some foes. I really love the colors in this painting, so much in fact that when I was decorating my room and I was picking out the colors for the walls, I actually color picked from this painting to get a nice soft light peachy pink for my walls that I think was actually picked from right here on the unicorn. It was either that or somewhere on the highlights of the turrets on the castle. And I painted my ceiling as well as a nice light sky with wispy little clouds, and I color picked the color for the sky from either over here or further back here, I think. Either way, I based the colors in my bedroom off of her paintings because I really love the colors that she uses. I think they're very soft and warm and cozy, and her paintings always just look like they would be so nice to climb inside and live there for a while. So I wanted my room to have that same feeling. Here we've got a little reader reading a book of beasts at the library, it would seem. And on the next page, we can see their imagination. A big parade full of animals, some mythical, some not. The head of the parade is a griffin and a little blue bird dropping confetti. Got a bear playing the drum, a rabbit playing the horn, again, I'm not very good with brass instruments. And here we've got a little pig playing another horn, and a dog playing maybe a clarinet there, and a bird playing a accordion, a monkey playing another horn. There's an elephant back there and a few other little critters I can't make out as well. And on our last page, we have a silhouette of another adventurer riding a dragon. And as the bookend to the gallery at the start, we have the imagined animals of those characters. The dragon, the unicorn, the sea monster, the griffin, the jackalope, and the phoenix. I wonder if my friend named Phoenix is watching this. If so, hello, Phoenix. And hello to Amelia, who I'm quite sure is watching. So that was the art in Daydreamers. Now, let's take a look at the art in Dream Animals. Here we have Dream Animals, DreamAnimalS. Dream Animals, A Bedtime Journey by Emily Winfield Martin. Now, this book mostly has scenes that take place at night, so there's a lot of night skies, and I also like the way that she paints night skies. There's usually still a lot of clouds, but this time they're wispier and even softer, and there's little stars dotted around. On the inside cover of this book, we have some more characters we're going to meet. We have a little reader, somebody drinking some hot cocoa with their little tiger friend, someone who's very sleepy and holding their little fox, somebody taking a bath with their narwhal toy, somebody brushing their teeth with a little bear, and another pair of siblings reading a bedtime story together. Again, a place to put your name if you'd like, so this book could belong to you. This time with some little stars and a swan and a squirrel that you could ride on. Another title page, this time with a rabbit instead of a bird, but some more lovely clouds and stars. Here it opens very similarly to Daydreamers, where we have a big expansive sky with little houses down below and shapes in the sky, but this time instead of clouds, they're constellations. We have a butterfly or a moth maybe, and an owl, and a whale, a deer, taking a leap, and a squirrel jumping across the sky. Here we've got another long line of animals with their riders. A giant bumblebee is big enough to ride on, and a bat. I think I would like to ride on a bat if I could. I'd like to just be friends with a bat even. I like bats. And an elephant with tusks, and a little orange kitten, a swan, and a rabbit. I would also like to ride a rabbit if I could, or a swan, or a kitten, or an elephant, or a bumblebee. Any of these, I think, would be wonderful to have as a companion, especially as a loyal steed. Which one would be your favorite, do you think? Here we've got a more simple illustration of a little dreamer in their bed with their stuffed teddy bear and their glasses nice and safe on the bedside table. And in their dreams, their teddy bear is a real bear they can ride on and go on adventures with, and they can run through a field of dandelions together if they'd like. And they can go and meet a group of friends who are all misfits, but they fit in together. And they have a wonderful feast together with all kinds of delicious things. In this friend group, we have Humpty Dumpty, the robot, and Sasquatch, and a bear. They are all friends, and they like to get together and have delicious treats together. And our little dreamer here likes to bake for them. Here we have another simple illustration of a little dreamer who has a little stuffed fox. And in her imagination, the fox is big enough to ride on, and they go on adventures into the forest, surrounded by lightning bugs, or perhaps fairies. Here they are in their elfin hollow, surrounded by elves and fairies and other woodland creatures. And our little dreamer's putting on a concert with a banjo in a little ring of mushrooms. And the fairies are presenting them with a nice flower crown, and some of the elves are playing along, so everyone can enjoy the music together, including their fox friend, and a rabbit, and the rabbit's babies. And there's more little mushrooms to sit on. Here we have a pair of siblings dreaming under a mobile with birds on it. And in their dream, the birds are big giant robins who can fly them up into the night sky. And they can go on adventures and see dinosaurs and woolly mammoths and hot air balloons. flying machines so they can fly themselves beside the robins. And this little dreamer seems to like sea creatures. They've got a little bowl of fish and a little narwhal stuffy, and they're imagining a journey deep under the sea with their narwhal friend, surrounded by coral and seaweed and kelp and jellyfish. And here they're having a lovely tea party with mermaids at the bottom of the sea. I think I would like to go to a mermaid tea party if I could. How about you? Here, a little dreamer fell asleep at the chair with their stuffed tiger friend. Again, they're riding on their tiger, going off on an adventure. This time, to a circus. Got a tiger leaping through hoops, and a dancing seal balancing a ball on its nose, and a monkey on a unicycle juggling. And there's trapeze artists and people with moth wings flying through the air. And this dreamer has a nightlight shaped like a moth, so in their dream, their friend is a giant moth who they can fly away with, all the way up to the moon. I love this page. I love the glow that it has. So our little dreamer is painting stars into the sky with the help of these little moon creatures. Some more shooting stars. Doesn't this look so soft and cozy? I'd like to curl up like this little guy next to the moon and take a little snooze. How about you? I think I'm about ready for a little snooze. Let's see. And on the last page, we have a silhouette of a rabbit with two riders holding a banner that says, "Sweet Dreams." And the back cover is the same as the front cover. What's your dream animal, do you think? I think mine would be a unicorn. How about you? Are you getting sleepy now? How about we read through them one more time, and this time you can close your eyes and use your imagination to see the pictures. Do you want to rest your head on my shoulder here while we read? And that way, if you want to look at the pictures, you can. But if your eyes get heavy and you want to close them, that's okay. And if you fall asleep, you can just tuck your head right in here. And that way, if you don't fall asleep right away, that's okay too. And if your eyes don't want to stay closed, you can still look down and look at the paintings with me. Okay, let's get situated. dreamers again. They say there are no dragons left, and that's the way it seems. To find them, you must visit the land of waking dreams. You don't need to search for secret doors or magic words to speak. Your imaginings will carry you anywhere you seek, and the ordinary world will never guess where you have gone to chase your wandering heart into the place beyond. Or the beyond may come to you dressed up in a disguise. Is it the wind that moves the clouds? Or a dragon as he flies? A tiny seaside kingdom might grow beneath your gaze, as creatures ancient as the sea rise on enchanted waves. In a place of hushed and quiet things, you might hear a phoenix call, or in the pattering of raindrops, jackaloping paws may fall. In a hall of stones and echoes around the corner's bend, two nimble-footed unicorns meet two brave-hearted friends. So listen very closely as you read all of these things. Is it the whispering of pages, or the sound of griffin wings? And when you leave, you learn the thing that all daydreamers learn. When you leave the realm of magic beasts, they wait for your return. Now, let's read dream animals again. And maybe you can imagine a special dream animal to visit you in your dreams tonight. There are animals from long ago and twice as far away. Their maps are made of starlight and can't be seen by day. These creatures are the reason dreamers get where dreamers go. Dreamland is too far to run, and sleepy feet too slow. And you only have to close your eyes, and when you snuggle in, you'll be carried to your dream tonight, on wing or paw or fin. Perhaps a bear will carry you to meet peculiar friends who set their misfit table for a feast that never ends. Or will you hold on tightly as a red fox leaps and bounds toward an elfin hollow hidden underground? Will robins race to fly you somewhere high above the trees? night replaces day, your furred or finned or feathered friend will surely know the way. Sweet dreams.